We've got a new episode of What If, and this is going to surprise the readers. It surprised me. This episode wasn't terrible. It was actually legitimately good.
Yeah,
I think it's
I going into this, coming out of the last episode, which was
bad.
the worst episode of What If.
Yes.
Coming out of that and going into this, I was like, oh man, they're gonna do what I've been afraid of all along. And judging from the last episode, it's gonna be horrible. So I was expecting this to be even worse. But I was pleasantly surprised. I actually enjoyed this.
It was a long payoff because they kept bringing up the Watcher, and we never really got a chance to interact with him. But then when we finally do, it was worth it because he's in a panic mode, right? Because I guess we can sum it up for the listeners.
Mhm.
So I mean, your listeners should have already seen this. I don't know why we're doing this, but anyway. So we have a world where Ultron.
It's good. You're summing it up helps me remember things. I'm sure it helps some of the listeners too.
So if you remember Avengers Age of Ultron, a big plot point in that movie was that Ultron was going to dump his mind into a vibranium type body with the mind gem on it. This Avengers stole it, and then they implanted Jarvis. Get it? They implanted him into the Vision's body, and we get the Vision. But in this case, in this What If episode, they don't have a chance to do it. He puts his mind into the Vision, the body, and boom, he gets that power of the mind gem, and he wins. He destroys the Avengers, except for except for Black Widow and Clint, Hawkeye. And Hawkeye and Clint, Hawkeye and Black Widow, but I don't know why I keep going. Hawkeye and Black Widow are flying, and the Ultron nukes the world, so it's a wasteland. And then you have like Black Widow and Hawkeye trying to fight, and during all this, unfortunately, Thanos shows up. Ultron very unceremoniously kills him, which I thought was lame or whatever. And he gets the gems. And this is really important for the listeners. I've talked about this a little bit. The power of the Infinity Stones, the Infinity Gems, are so much more intense and powerful in the comics than they are in the films. Like when Thanos gets the Infinity Gems, he's almost godlike, pretty close to it. And in the movies, we never really get to see that. The things you saw Ultron do with the powers of the gems is what we should have seen in the movies. He is on that power level. And I really feel like the creative forces who are doing What If finally let go. And we finally got to see what I wanted to see, which is something pretty unique, pretty interesting, pretty cool. And I was just really impressed. Like, having Ultron with those gems doing all the things that he was doing, becoming cosmically aware of the existences, understanding there's a multiverse, breaching the multiverse, and then fighting the Watcher, I thought was clever and smart. Right. And also kind of chimes into the Ultron that I know from the comics. Like, Ultron would do these things. He is that evil. And so it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Do you think the kind of the amped up power levels that we're seeing here are going to carry over into the new MCU, or is it we're just seeing it here because it's a cartoon?
That's a good question. We have the second Captain Marvel movie coming up called Just Marvels. If we're going to see anything like that, we'll see it in that movie. Maybe in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or Thor: Love and Thunder. But I doubt it. I mean, at some point, you get the Superman syndrome, the Superman conflict, or the Superman dilemma. Do you know what that is? I use 3 terms.
I don't know what that means. No.
The Superman dilemma is that he is so powerful that it's hard to give him a conflict that he can't deal with. So so when you're dealing with storytelling, the main character has to suffer and push through the conflict, and then that main character achieving a goal and winning is what is the climax and catharsis that we're all reading it for. For example, if you look at this What If episode, we are in the middle of the Rise in Action, but in the next episode, of course, they're going to gather a team, and then that team will probably get some setbacks. But at some point, they will become victorious. They will beat Ultron, and they'll save the multiverse. Or Ultron could destroy the multiverse. I doubt that's going to happen, but it could. So the Superman dilemma is Superman so powerful that there's no conflict that he can't deal with. So like if you have a super powerful person like someone who's like on the power level of Thanos with the Infinity Gems, or this Ultron with the Infinity Gems, like how do you put a conflict in them? How do you stress them? So that's a Superman dilemma. And it's solved easily with Superman because you give him kryptonite.
Right.
That usually works.
Yeah.
If you're not creative enough to think of something else, or you just don't write a Superman comic because like some people just refuse to do it. But that's a typical dilemma, and I doubt they'll do that from the movies. But I'm curious what they do here. And like I said, we are getting a ensemble cast. We predicted that.
Right.
Did you believe me or not? Were you hesitant?
No,
Did you believe me?
I didn't want it to end this way because I wanted every what if to just be a encapsulated what if thing that doesn't tie into each other and doesn't tie into the MCU. I thought this was a really great opportunity for them to do that. They aren't doing that. However, I'm at least pleasantly surprised with how entertaining this episode was.
Maybe we need them to interact. Maybe that was the beef we've had the whole time, was the fact that it was kind of shallow, and now we're getting some depth and some consequences. I mean,
this isn't super interactive yet with the rest of the episodes, and we still enjoyed it.
yeah, that's true.
I think the
That's true.
next one's going to be where it really interacts with the rest of the episodes.
But I kind of do think I need some consequences. I needed to know why this exists. I mean, I know that one-offs could be cool, but I was getting bored with the one-offs, and I was hoping, and like this episode is amped
most
up
of
the
them just
consequences
weren't
now.
good one-offs though. That's
true.
the problem.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. So let's list off the ensemble characters that we're probably going to see. We're definitely going to see the Black Widow with the Russian Captain America shield. We're definitely going to see the evil.
Explain the Russian Captain America shield, because that looks like the guy from the Black Widow movie's shield.
Yeah, he had a shield, and that's his shield.
Okay.
This is not. I mean, it's just a shield. It's not.
So
I don't think it's vibranium.
It's kind of like a tie-in to the Black Widow movie, then.
Yeah, it is actually. That's. I mean, I'll get to that in a little bit. There's a couple of different tie-ins that I thought were very cleverly done, and I'll get to those. Kind of. We'll have to just wait. Like there's a couple times, but we do get. So apparently, the evil Doctor Strange didn't die. He's been trapped in some kind of tomb this whole time. So we get him back, which is interesting.
Inside the seams of the multiverse, hanging out with the Watcher, basically.
Yeah, so he's gonna be in there. I know from seeing something in a trailer by accident that the Goofy Party Thor is gonna be involved, sadly. But and also Captain Carter will be there, obviously.
Looking forward to that coming back.
We're going to get a Gamora who has the armor of Thanos. I'm not sure how it's gonna work. And that's all I've got. So that's all I got so far. Oh, and we also have Zola in a robot downloaded as a robot. Like he downloads his consciousness into a robot. So I guess he's gonna be hanging out too. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the episode's super entertaining because it's finally doing some like remember that time remember that there's a scene in the episode where Clint is picking through boxes and then Black Widow gets a shield out the box. He says, hey Clint, look at me, Clint. And then Clint's like, this isn't a game. I don't want to laugh. Right. And like I kind of was like, yeah, Clint, I don't want to laugh either. I'm sick of laughing. Like, I'm sick of you guys trying to make me laugh. I kind of want us to be serious for a minute, you know? And like, I kind of like that, even though Clint died, which is whatever it is.
Yeah.
Can I have
any questions for this one, but I do have a bunch of notes that are kind of like the beats that happen throughout the episode.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. The opening scene, as I was watching that, I was like, this is kind of good. Am I going to enjoy this episode, or is it just this opening scene? So I was still kind of like on the edge of my seat about whether this was going to be a good episode or not. But I really enjoy the opening scene with Black Widow and Hawkeye fighting off the army of Ultron's clones. It
was very well done. It was inventive, clever. The finally we get some good beats, good moves with the action and stuff. Very well done. 100%.
Hawkeye had a cybernetic arm. Do you know where that came from?
No idea. He doesn't have one in the comics, but he does. His arm. No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Arsenal from DC Comics. He gets his arm chopped off. No, Hawkeye doesn't get his arm chopped off. At least I don't think so. So I have no idea where.
It's kind of like the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard not to make that comparison.
Yep. So we've got Black Widow and Hawkeye in that cool opening scene. Then Ultron shows up. And kind of everything that you covered at the beginning kind of goes through that. But then
Mm-hmm.
we get to the nuclear destruction scene, and I don't know about you, but I was trying to think through movies. Has there ever been a movie that really showed what the world's nuclear arsenal is capable of? Like actually seen it play out? Because that was kind of a heavy scene for me.
I'm almost certain I've watched a movie that's done the same thing. Yeah, I think so. That's a
'Cause
really good question. I
I
don't
know
know.
War Games showed a computer planning to do it, but didn't actually show it happening.
I mean, yeah, I mean the Terminator movies. There's a scene with the Terminator movies where they show the nukes going off. Yeah,
Yeah.
and listeners and Mike as well. You should be terrified. We have enough nuclear weapons to destroy the planet a few times. You should be
Right. Yeah.
worried about that. Yeah, it's terrible. Like, yeah, you can blame Reagan, and we'll talk more about that at some point if you want to. But it's Reagan's fault, 100%. Ronald Reagan. He
Yeah.
he 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 made the United States build a bunch of nuclear weapons to bankrupt Russia, and now we have them. And
Yeah, that was the Cold War, right? Is we're just
yeah,
gonna escalate
mhm,
nuclear weapons on
yeah.
each side,
And
and
guess what? Most of those nuclear weapons, guess what? They're like rotting. Like they'll have to get replaced soon or fixed because like
mhm,
they're dripping out radiation all over the place.
yeah.
Well, I
So
just love people. I just love how old people just screwed up the world. And then like the younger generations show up and we can't even fix it.
right,
We
right.
lost 25 species of animals went extinct this week. And like we can't do anything about it.
Yep.
Like anyway, I'm really depressed. Maybe Ultron should do it. Go ahead, Ultron. Blow up the world. Just do it.
Right.
No, it's so weird. There's a thing on the news where a comet's supposed to come through at some point,
Oh,
really
yeah.
close to Earth, and I was like, yeah, hit us. Blow this place up. I got to-
You're on that trip, huh?
what kind of human are you when you are rooting for your planet to get
Rooting for a comet. Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Anyway, I just that was such a heavy scene. I think that's the first time it's the first time I remember seeing basically nuclear holocaust play out
Hmm.
on the screen in front of me, and
It's not my first time. I've seen it several times.
yeah, it's just
I guess
like
I'm jaded.
thinking about it. Man, it was heavy. Anyway,
Well,
shortly
I
after,
live in DC, and every once in a while, I actually think about it. Like,
yeah,
okay, like, yeah, like I'm dead, like instantaneously. So, like,
right, yeah,
whatever.
you don't have anything to worry about. See,
Yeah, it's either that or a heart attack. So, whatever. Anyway, keep going.
right. Then we get Thanos' cameo.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
So I was looking at my brain. I was trying to wrap my brain about this. So, like from a production standpoint, they need to get Thanos dead and get those gems as soon as possible. So they have two options: one, a big fight scene between um, the Ultron and Thanos, but they go have a big fight scene anyway with Ultron and the Watcher, so they can't have a big fight scene. And just the idea that the mind gem would be powerful enough to slice Thanos in half,
Hmm.
I think that's true. And I was thinking, the Vision never did that because he has a moral compass, and like
Right.
I think the Avengers never really tried to kill Thanos. They were trying to stop him. So they
Hmm.
didn't go all out. So yeah, it's believable. Yeah, he could just slice Thanos in half. Yeah, that's totally true.
I
Now
actually thought it was kind of a neat scene.
yeah, but here's a plot hole, okay? You ready?
Ready?
Right? Where did he get the time gem from?
Didn't Vision didn't have it?
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Vision has the mind gem, and when Thanos shows up, he has all 5 other gems, including the mind.
Thanos. How
The
did
time.
Thanos get the? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and Thanos has the time gem. Okay, and the only person
I
who has
don't
the
know.
time gem is Doctor Strange, and the world blew up. So apparently, Doctor Strange is probably dead. So where did he get it from? So that's a big plot hole, huge plot hole. But anyway, it is what it is.
Okay. All
It's
right. Cool.
it's another plot hole too, because Thanos has the power gem, and we know the power gem was at Xandar, right? No, 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 no. It wasn't at Xandar. Because the Age of Ultron came out before Guardians of the Galaxy. Never mind. I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Okay.
My
All
fault.
right. I'm
Anyway, keep
trying to
going.
track all this stuff in my head, and it looks like
Yeah,
a
me
bowl of
too.
spaghetti. So,
Me too. It's fine.
all right. Then we see like the planet's destruction. Like Ultron goes out into the
Mhm.
universe, and he's just destroying planets. We get basically the greatest hits of planets that have been in the MCU getting destroyed.
Ego,
Right.
Xandar, that one place that nobody cares about. from Guardians of the Galaxy. What
Yeah.
else? That's
The
it.
place where the Grandmaster is.
Yeah. Zakar was destroyed. Yep.
Right. That was
Good
kind of
stuff.
cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah, it is, and like it's fine. I mean, the Marvel universe, the comic Marvel universe is vast, so vast,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a small, very small sliver of everything. But if you watch the movies, then you recognize those, so that's okay. It's fine. I do like that Ultron went there and destroyed all the planets. That's
Mm-hmm.
like some level. That's like Thanos level. That's the real Thanos stuff that I was thinking. So that was cool. I like that a lot.
That's their way of kind of throwing in a bunch of the MCU into this one episode,
Yeah,
but doing it in a way
mhm,
that's not offensive.
mhm,
Yeah, let's just
mhm.
blow up a bunch of planets people recognize. That was kind of cool.
I'm curious why Ultron just didn't do a snap like Thanos could have done and just wipe the planet. Wipe the universe clean. I wonder why he didn't do that. I guess it'd be
It's a good
boring.
question.
It wouldn't be cool to look at.
That's
I
true.
think Ultron
Not as
enjoys
fun.
the. Yeah, I think Ultron enjoys that destruction, that death. I think he likes people to
Right,
see
because
it.
when it was all said and done, he was like, "What do I do now?" You know?
I have a multiverse. I can go out to the multiverse. That sounds
Right,
great. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So around that planet's destruction, we see Captain Marvel,
Yep.
super powerful.
Yep.
Do you think that she? I guess it's implied that she dies when he blows up that planet she's on.
Oh yeah, she's really dead. Yeah. You can't. Yeah, she's dead.
But like she
Yeah.
was so powerful, I was like, is she? I guess
That
no. He would have chased her down if she survives.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, okay, that Captain Marvel's dead, but remember we have a multiverse, so there's gonna be lots of others. You know?
right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Then we see our good old pal Armin
Uta.
Zola.
Yeah, Armin Zola. Yeah, I actually enjoyed seeing him. It was fun. That was really fun. That was a great scene. That was a really fun scene.
The same actor is returning to do the voice for Armin Zola.
That was great. That was great. That was really good. That was good writing, good thinking. That was fun. That was good. And I like the fact that he downloaded him to a robot body and then shot his leg so he couldn't run away just in case.
I do agree with Armin Zola that their team building, they could be a little bit better at that.
Yeah, the writing for this episode was top notch. It was actually really good compared to the rest of them. I guess they had I don't know what I don't know enough about production and stuff to understand why we didn't get good stuff like this before. Maybe they were just leeching it for a while. But
we got
definitely,
what we think between the two of us. We think there were somewhere around 3 good episodes prior to this one.
The Captain Carr episode.
We're both on board with that one.
The Doctor Strange episode, which is universally liked, so you just have to say yes.
Yeah, I can see why people like it.
Yeah.
And then I enjoyed when all of our heroes are dead.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite, but
those are mightiest heroes. I enjoyed it.
That's okay. And then we have this episode. So I'm thinking 4. I'm thinking a solid 4 out of how many? 9?
Yeah, so far.
Good God. Ugh, gosh. That's a terrible track record. It really is a bad track record.
It is, yeah. I think a lot of that was just, I think they had some good, solid ideas. And then there were so many constraints put on this writing crew by Marvel.
Yeah, it had to be it.
They had some filler. And this was the filler that didn't run afoul of any of the rules they weren't supposed to break.
Yeah, and then I guess at the Marvel said, "Okay, go nuts." The last 2 episodes, and they did, and are going to go nuts. And I thought it was well done. My favorite part is when the Watcher's talking, and the Ultron can see him, and then the Watcher suddenly realizes that he can be seen. And he panics, and then Ultron just breaks through the multiverse. I love that. It's like that is the cosmic level of power level stuff that I was looking for. I've been looking for What If. And the fight. Okay, so I want to tell listeners, that hey, the Watcher usually doesn't have a big fist fight. We've never really seen the Watcher do the kind of things.
Yeah.
We never see the Watcher do the kind of things that we saw here. But I'm fine with it because it was so well done. It was fun to watch. It was interesting. It gave some weight. And this happens in the comics. The Watcher thinks he can sit on the sidelines and not engage, but then he realizes that he has to. And I thought it's just good. I'm looking forward to this team up. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. And I like it, man. My favorite scene was when they were like flying through the multiverse, and then like Ultron was hitting them, and every time with every punch, the
Right.
multiverse would change. That was really clever.
Yeah,
It was
at
good.
first he like throws the Watcher, and the Watcher's like breaking through multiverses as he
Yeah,
flies back.
that was awesome.
It's like, oh, you get a glimpse of each one, and then they land on a planet, and Ultron's just welling away on him, and every single punch, it's like you don't even really get a chance to see what's happening. The multiverses are changing so fast.
I mean, that's the level of craziness that I was hoping for, and maybe I just had to be patient. But but it took us so long to get to this episode, and it just shows you what they could do, right? And it kind of reinforces how bad the other episodes were. Like this episode's success reinforces the failures of the other ones, which is fine. It is what it is. But I hope that Marvel and Disney have some good research teams that are looking at feedback and they understand. Okay, listen, like people really like these kind of episodes. So next season, and there will be probably a next season. They'll do some more interesting things. Hope so.
Yeah. What do you think about Hawkeye's death in this? It made me think that it was intended to be basically the exact opposite of Black Widow's death in the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, there's some definitely kind of connections to the way he died, like when she was holding on to him and then he pulled off.
Mm-hmm.
I lecture to my creative writing students about this all the time. This is a well worn trope. It's called the sacrifice, and like having someone sacrifice their life for others is something that always garners some kind of emotional reaction. I mean, when I saw it, I got sad for Black Widow, but it's a super lazy way to do it. It's always I can see Clint dying a mile away, and there's other ways to create emotional reaction, but that's the cheapest and easiest way to do it. And so it's fine. It is what it is, but it just reinforces a trope that we've all seen a gabillion times. And so, I mean, writers at What If, you guys can do better than that. You guys know better than that. But it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, no, my creative writing students could do a better job at writing this episode than they did.
That part of it, you mean? Or
oh yeah,
yeah,
hands down. I mean, if a student brought me this story as a workshop piece, I would be like, this is trite, overdone, and tropey. Like you can come on, spend another hour thinking about what to do here.
From
but
a
we're all
casual
guilty.
viewer's perspective, I thought it was interesting that they turned Black Widow's death on its head in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, but from a casual viewer's perspective, I'm not a casual viewer.
Yeah.
I have not been a casual viewer of any kind of medium for 20 years, probably 30 years.
Right.
How old am I? 44? Yeah, for at least 20, 25 years.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch TV and have everything ruined for you, you should take creative writing classes and get a creative writing degree. Because you'll just never enjoy anything ever again.
Right. Okay. That's all my beats except for kind of the very end. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about before we talk about the very end?
No, not really. Again, I'm super impressed by what they're doing. I'm super happy that casual viewers finally get to see the power of the Infinity Gems. Do you remember in the fight where Ultron actually bites the galaxy? Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Because like that, the Infinity Gems can let you do that. Like if
because like as he's like going through all of these multiverses, he doesn't necessarily need to stay the same size in all of them. As he's going through, he can be
exactly no. Yeah, it's like this
totally
is the power.
sense.
Yeah, this is the power. These are the power levels that a comic book reader sees and enjoys. And maybe the people who are like the casual viewers who are watching this are thinking, man, like, I'm going to read a comic about this, so I'm going to see if this stuff, So this was the level of creativity and risk taking that I was looking forward to, and I'm happy about it.
I don't even know that like he came into that multiverse and intended to just be that big. It could have just been an accident where he comes into the multiverse. He's like, "Oh, I'm huge. Let's use this to my advantage."
It was fun. It was legitimately fun, and like it was going so fast and happening so quickly. You didn't have time to really process all of it, and that was great. It was really well done. It was super well done.
Right. All right. So at the end, the Watcher reveals he goes back into the seams within the multiverse. It's like not really the multiverse. It's like where they all kind of join. And Doctor Strange with a third eye is in there.
Yep. Wait,
what do you think they're going to do next?
He had 3 eyes?
Yeah, you didn't see that? So when the Watcher goes into the seams in the multiverse, first you see the little tentacles kind of in the background. You know, the tentacled monster that Doctor Strange got some powers from.
Yep.
Yeah. So you see tentacles in the background at first, and then right when you first see Doctor Strange, he has a third eye in his forehead that blinks.
I gotta look that again. I didn't see that. Yeah. So this is what's going to happen next. The Watcher and Evil Strange will begin finding a team to destroy Ultron. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to go out and find a team. Now, I don't listen. Next episode's the last episode.
You think they'll be called the Revengers?
I hope so. That'd be awesome. But next episode is the last episode, correct?
Yeah.
That's going to be the next episode's going. I think next episode's probably going to be an hour long.
That's a good. I hadn't thought of that, but you might be right.
It's going to take a long time to get all this.
Yeah, because you've got to pull the team together.
And then have a big fight. And
that's like at least 15 minutes pulling the team together, right?
And the team has to have a big fight and lose. And then they have to get together again and win. And and then we have to get some kind of leadway to the next Marvel Marvel property. Remember, every Marvel property we've seen, like WandaVision, Loki, leads to the next one. So they're going to have so it's going to be something that happens at the end of What If that's going to highlight either a movie property or something moving forward. And it's probably going to be aimed towards Spider-Man No Way Home or Doctor Strange in the Multiverse. It's going to be on that level. And don't be surprised if you see a live action scene at the end of this. Don't be surprised.
I wasn't expecting that.
I just kind of feel like this last episode.
Do you think there will be like a mid credits or post credits scene that's live action, or
100%? I don't know, but either it's going to do what I really want.
Very likely that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's either going to do what I really want to do and go over the top, or it's going to have an ending. If the last episode is a half hour long, they fight Evil Ultron and win, and then you go back to the Watcher looking at the multiverse again. I'm okay, whatever. It's fine. It's boring, but it's fine. And if this episode we just watched is any indication of what they can do, then I'm looking forward to some more risk taking and something that's going to blow my mind out. And we just have to wait and see.
That's good. Good ideas.
Yep. So for show notes, I have some information on Ultron and Uatu, and I also have a new link to a Reddit thread. I'm fighting with people on Reddit again, but this fight's not as bad. I'm learning that if you post positive things on Reddit, like I love this, then no one really fights you much on Reddit. But if you say I don't like something, then people come out the woodwork and really go at you. I don't understand why.
Yeah, man, it was like a wasp's nest with that last thread that you started.
Yeah, but you know what? And we haven't discussed us watching Venom. Hopefully we don't. But I posted a negative comment about Venom, and I just said I'm just not interested in a Venom movie without Peter Parker. And I've gotten a lot of comments where people agree with me. It's actually pretty great.
Yeah.
So it's like, for some reason, like I felt like I was alone, but I'm not. People definitely don't like this Venom stuff without Spider-Man. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently Cliff Bleszinski agrees with you.
Yes, he created Gears of War. He created the Unreal Engine, and he lives in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's super rich.
Yep, loaded.
Yep,
and now he does was it like Broadway shows?
Yeah, he does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Literally, he wakes up and thinks,
truly living the life. Yeah,
he does. He wakes up and thinks, what do I want to do today?
Right.
Nothing. Something. Who knows?
Yeah. A little bit of both.
So I think that's it, Mike. What do you think? You think we're good? Good.
I think we're good. You know what people need to do though?
Share our podcast with their friends.
Smash that share button.
Smash it. Like the Hulk.
That's what the YouTubers say, right?
Yeah, the YouTubers say a lot of things.
Yeah. Hulk smash that share button.
Yeah, we need a tagline or something.
Yeah. We should workshop that.
Yeah, we need some kind of tagline. I don't know. We need to work on that. We need
Anyway, share this podcast. You enjoyed
some
listening
theme
to
music
this.
too. I wouldn't mind some theme music too.
I love the cold open though. I love it.
Can we have some theme music closing theme music?
You know what? Tom Segura has a podcast that I actually really like, where he has theme music, but you only hear like a second of it before it starts fading into just him talking.
Oh,
I actually really like that. That's kind of cool. So I'll share that with you. Maybe we'll do something like that.
Maybe. But smash the share button. You can share us at multiple different places. We have a Discord. Is that in our show notes, Mike?
No, it's not. I don't know what we're going to do with that yet.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But we do have a Reddit.
Yeah, let's work on the Reddit, and then maybe we'll work on the Discord.
Reddit. We do have a Reddit.
Right.
We also have. Well, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Reddit. You can find
us on Twitter at Super Sideshow.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at JSlacks, JAYSOACKS. Mike's on Twitter at Mike
MIKBRE.
Yeah, that's him. You can also find us on anywhere there's a podcast. You can find us.
That's right.
And you know what today is? Today is International Podcast Day. So you definitely should share us with your international brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and your national friends.
Yeah, your national and international.
Everybody.
Yes, everybody. Like if 10 people share it and then 10 other people share it, then we become billionaires by next week.